What's going on, everyone? IBG here for another draft analysis for the Pokemon Beginners League. Now, there's two things that's going through your mind right now. One, another draft league? Why are you doing another draft league? Well, one, because I was so into draft leagues. I'm in the current mood where I want to do multiple draft leagues, and just because I feel like it. And also, Beginners League? You've done the WPCL for like 4 seasons. Why are you in a Beginners League? Well, I honestly had no idea this was just made for starting out people for this draft league, but I see a positive side. Mainly draft leagues are most people have fun. I know like real big known draft leagues are made to be competitive, but I'm just looking to see this as a more funner league and possibly a way to hone my skills in draft league format. But all aside from that, hey everybody, how y'all doing? Like I said, this is a Pokemon Beginners League and my draft analysis for that league. I'll be going through all of my picks for the draft league right here, right now. Okay, so their tier system, or scratch that, their drafting is just like what the GBA would be. Actually, it's probably not the GBA. It's like a, okay, yes, it's probably like the GBA, but it's like different tiering, and also the fact that it's not numbered, it's like lettered in the tiering, and it has like a few Pokemon that are switched around within the tiers, and it doesn't list as a bottom tier Pokemon. If it doesn't have it listed, it's just already a bottom tier, and the Megas are all like the same tier base. They don't cost like any extra points. You just have to draft a Mega straight off the back, like you're building a team off around it already. So most of the time you probably would want to draft a higher tier Mega for this league. But anyways, enough about the league. I'm just gonna go through my picks. Starting off, we have V-Bucks, V-Buck, the Victini. And thinking about my first pick, I wanted something that would be very, very versatile for this team. And I looked down the list and I looked at Victini. I was like, you know what? I could honestly use this thing, and it helped me out a whole lot, like learning about it. Because Victini has a very, very big move pool. Many different fire types moves. Really good psychic type moves. Gets Glaciate, Fusion Bolt, Dazzling Gleam, Energy Ball, Bolt Strike. What else am I missing? Sing Shot, Shadow Ball, Signal Beam, Thunderbolt, Thunder Punch. Its signature move, V-Create, that just tears through teams. U-Turn, Wild Charge, Zen Headbutt. Many different moves that it gets, and could honestly tear through teams on its own. Victini, in my opinion, from what I've known, is a very big threat, and it's very like uncommon to see it undrafted, or even at the very least not drafted till like a later round. But Victini, base 100 across the board. Big, like I said, very good balanced Pokemon and very versatile Pokemon. Its ability, Victory Star, gives me 10% boost on accuracy moves. So moves that it gets like V-Create doesn't have any accuracy changes, right? Okay, 95%. So then 95% off V-Create ends up just being 100% and hitting every single time. And like moves you see like right here, Blue Flare, Bolt Strike, Focus Blast even, have a bigger chance of hitting. Of course, if you see them miss, then that's just bad luck on my part. But that's our first draft pick. Next up, I decided to go with something with that I have not ever used at all. I ended up picking up Tapu Fini, or at least, oh actually let me just say this. I picked up Ariel, the Tapu Fini. I wanted something like a little more defensive off of a high tier pick. So I ended up going with Tapu Fini, because of course it's a bulky water type and a bulky fairy type, always good to have. Nice to have Scald, or something that's Scald. And its move, Nature Madness, honestly helps us out a lot, dealing half of the HP of what the opponent's is. Moonblast is a good stab move. Also gives me a sort of a knockoff user. Also this thing gets Defog, which could help me out with hazard control. And this thing actually gets like a few good coverage moves, like Grass Knot, like a bigger bulky Pokemon, rock ground Pokemon, that stand in front of like walls like other Pokemon. I'm able to knock them down with just grass knot. Getting hidden powers, pretty good. Shadow Ball, things like that, pretty good just to have Tapu Fini. And like I said, a real bulky Pokemon, base 130 special defense, base 115 defense, an okay 95 special attack range, which is honestly good, and 78 base HP. Something okay to have. Next up, I ended up picking Goodra, and I could not find a name. And since I went V-Bucks for the theme of like Fortnite, I just ended up naming this thing Chug Chug. Because, look at this thing. This thing's big. And Slurpee. I would name this thing Slurp Juice, but I named something Slurp Juice. So I had no point in naming this thing yet. But enough about that. Goodra, real bulky Pokemon, and also hits hard. Gives me a grass immunity because its ability Step Sipper. Can also slow down very fast Pokemon with its ability Gooey if I wanted to. Hydration negates status if in the rain. And just like Victini, Goodra gets a bunch of, or has a very wide move pool. Of course, you have your Static Draco Meteor, Dragon Pulse, and Dragon Tail. Moves like that. Outrage as well. And gets good coverage moves like Aqua Tail, Earthquake, multiple different fire moves. Focus Blast, Ice Beam, Rock Slide, Sludge Bomb, and Sludge Wave, Thunderbolt, Superpower. Moves like that. Very good coverage moves for Goodra. Base 150 special defense is something that really caught my attention. Just having that natural bulk and special defense honestly makes Goodra a big threat. Base 1 special attack, really good for a special attacker, and even not bad for for attacker or physical attacker on its own. Base 100 attack is really okay. And despite this thing being big, it has base 80 speed, which that's like as fast as Chandelure or Mamoswine. Of course, Venusaur's base 80 as well, but you gotta appreciate the fat Pokemon that run fast, you know? Anyways, next up, I picked up Estrella, the Staraptor. I just wanted like a very big, or I just wanted like a physical hitter on my team. I didn't want something that would like cost me so much, so I ended up picking like Staraptor since it's like lower tiered, but it was still like something really valuable to have. Staraptor, pretty okay moveslot. Moveslot's Double Edge and Brave Bird powered with Reckless just goes through teams. Having a good coverage move like Close Combat to just like finish off like a bulky rock or steel type Pokemon. And then having you to like switch out is very, very good to have. Base 100 speed, base 120 attack. Pretty good offensive Pokemon in my opinion. Next up we have Gabriella. I think I said it wrong. Gabriella, the Galvantula. And of course when I looked at Galvantula, I wanted something fast, wanted something that of course was able to set up sticky webs, which since like Gen 5 I believe when sticky webs were something available, I just ended up picking it. Actually no, I think that was like Gen 6 when sticky webs were a thing. But whatever. I wanted something with sticky webs, and Galvantula honestly pulled up with that. With its ability Compound Eyes, it does not miss the thunder at all. And if I get a chance to run Swarm or a Nerve, then those might come in useful. If they have like a super effective weakening berry, then I'll be able to have a Nerve to negate that. Or Swarm if I want to boost up like Bug Buzz or Single Beam, then I'm able to use that. Of course, we all know it gets Thunder, Thunderbolt, Volt Switch, Bug Buzz. Has okay coverage moves like Energy Ball, Giga Drain, and getting hidden powers. And if you honestly want to, you can run Sucker Punch to catch an opponent off guard. Even though it's already fast enough, you could still like catch somebody off guard with like this priority move and it already knock it out. Base 108 speed, base 97 with special attack is okay. Though it's something I like probably would want more. It's still something good to have for Gabriella to be on the team. Next up we have Cecilia, the Rose Raid. One thing I was looking for was a really balanced grass type Pokemon, and Roserade honestly fit that point. Natural Cure negates the statuses, so like burns, paralysis, and I think sleep is negated whenever I switch out Technician boosts like hidden power, bullet seed if I decide to run that. And there's like one more move it gets that's people like to commonly run on it just so it's able to be boosted. Um, but also with Rose Raid, it gives me like a hazard setter within spikes and toxic spikes. So I'm able to chip down teams and able to poison those Pokemon within the battle. Gets good recovery within Giga Drain, Synthesis, Leech Seed. Has like a real strong hit with Leaf Storm or Sludge Bomb. Has okay coverage within Dazzling Gleam. I have no idea what that's used for, but I know Shadow Ball is a pretty good move to have on it as well. Next up we have Hoodlum, Scrafty. Generic name, huh? But it gets pretty good ability. Shed Skin, negating status 1/3 of the time. Moxie, if I knock out a Pokemon, I get a +1 attack raise. Intimidate, lowering the opponent's attack by 1 stage. Pretty good to have for an ability. I think what I want to go for every sort of season is have that Pokemon that will like lower a stat instantly whenever it comes in, or like have that move that wants to lower its attack. But anyways, like Victini and Gudra, Scrafty also gets a big move pool. Like you normally see it run knockoff, high jump kick, and then it gets all these like real big moves like the elemental punches, gets Dragon Claw, what else? Head Smash. Very, very can catch a Pokemon off guard, or my opponent off guard if I do choose to do so. Gets Iron Head and Poison Jab to beat those fairies that very, very well like to sit up in front of it and just like laugh in Scratchy's face. But I have those two moves that help it out. Gets Stone Edge as well. Super Fang does the same thing as Nature Power, but of course we know Super Fang a whole lot more. Halves the opponent's current HP, which honestly could be good for if I had like a bulky Scrafty set, and I just chip down like my opponent's health by half, and I'm able to knock it out with the next hit. And it's like pretty bulky for being like somewhat of this Pokemon. Base 115 in both defenses. Okay base attack for being base 90, and somewhat of okay HP stat. Though I wish the thing was faster, it's still a pretty good mod to have on the team. Next up we have Cody, the Arachnid, aka Waterbug. I picked up Arachnid because I wanted that sort of physical water type Pokemon, and when I looked at Arachnid, this thing is a really good physical attacking water type Pokemon. Of course, one thing we know about Arachnid is its ability Water Bubble, boosting water type moves by double and halving the damage from fire attacks. And it cannot be burned, which for being a physical Pokemon is really, really good to have to negate that chance of being burned. And with that liquidation, like honestly, like I said with V-Create for Victini, liquidation does that same thing and just tears through teams if it doesn't have like an answer to water type moves. Gets okay coverage moves, Leech Seed, Lunge, and Exos are probably like the only bug moves you'd probably see on this thing. Heck, I don't think you'd see Exos anymore because Leech Seed got that boost. You probably see like Crunch for like a ghost type, Poison Jab for them bulky fairy types. Heck, you can even run Scald because you do even double the damage for your water type move, and you're also getting that chance to burn your opponent. So heck, why not? Why not run it? Gets toxic as well. And to people that want to catch it off guard, there is a certain move that it gets. I will not expose it because it might give somebody a hint one of these days. So I'm not gonna point that out. Just wait and see. Next up, we have Conway the Dusknoir. Somebody I left behind in the WPCL. I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna pick him up. Right here, we have Dusknoir, or Conway the Dusknoir, and it's like I don't favor Dusknoir a whole lot, but I'm willing to use it just because it has that bulky defense and special defense stat. Yes, it has terrible HP stats, but that natural bulk just like sort of balances it out and to help it out. Base 100 attack, so definitely something good despite being like very low speed. And surprisingly gets a big move pool, or an okay move pool I should say. Shadow Snake, normally you see on it, elemental punches, fire, ice, and thunder punch. You commonly see. Heck, you can really see like sub focus punch and thing, and it goes through that bulky rock or steel type Pokemon that you have on your team. And heck, you can just run like Toxic, Will-O-Wisp to be like sort of a status inducing mon, and just status your opponent. And also gets tricked. So if end up having like a jokingly saying this, sorry about that. If I end up having like Iron Ball, I could just slow down my opponent, trick the item onto him, and he'd be slower than it usually would be. But I don't see myself doing that. Next up, we have a long time ago member for my draft leagues. We have the Hudson Hornet. We got Rhydon. And this was a low tier pick. I obviously wanted Rhydon to have my team. Ground and Rock, you commonly don't see as a dual typing in draft league format, but I honestly love it because Ground cuts through a whole bunch of teams, and Rock is a typing that you normally won't see being picked on its own in draft leagues, or just see it like in a low tier pick. You won't see it like high tier as much, maybe, unless your opponent decides to draft like Terrakion or Tyranitar, and possibly Gigalith, but those basically are the three rock types that you see, or big rock types you see. And then you won't see like anything real good as far as rock types. You'll see them all lower tiered and probably even go undrafted. But I ended up picking Rhydon. I wanted that sort of like bulk within its natural really good defense stat being 110. A really good 130 attack stat and 105 HP, something really good that I wanted. A physically defensive Pokemon. Yes, it does have a mediocre special attack, special defense. Of course, it doesn't need that special attack at all unless you want to run a special Rhydon. And though that special defense is lacking, with an Eviolite, it will do a whole lot more. Because what Eviolite does is just like multiply the defense status by 50% and will just bulk it up a whole lot more if it's a Pokemon that has a chance to evolve. But it also gets a really good move pool. Of course, you have Earthquake that a lot of ground types would like to run. Rock Sign, Stone Edge, common rock type moves. And gets, like I said, real good coverage moves. Aqua Tail, Dragon Tail, Fire Fang, Fire Punch, Ice Punch, Mega Horn, Outrage, Poison Jab, Shadow Claw. Remember what I said about special attack? This is what it gets. And this is also what it gets. Even though it like negates electric type moves and is 4 times weak to water types, it gets those two moves. And it's all surprising to me that it honestly goes on like this. But that's whatever. And then finally, I ended up picking Titanium, the Aggron. If y'all remember from Season 3, I did end up picking Aggron, but the regular Aggron. But this season, I ended up picking Mega Aggron, which I'm still naming Titanium, because look at this thing. You can't shoot this thing, because it will pull itself back up, and honestly just take any hit that you want, and be able to fire back with all its might, and quite possibly go through everybody in its path. For what Aggron gets, it gets 30 right before Mega Evolves, so which is something good to have. Rockhead, of course, since it's being a Mega Aggron and after Mega Evolve turn 1, is probably not the best ability, nor is Heavy Metal at all to have the ability. Probably most of the time I'll just be running Sturdy because, of course, after Mega Evolve turn 1, so I want that chance of living a hit. Like if I instantly come and switch in, so I'll be able to Mega Evolve and come in and possibly deal as much damage as I can. But Aggron, despite being like that rock type and steel type that it used to be, now being a steel type, it gets a very big move pool. Of course, you see like Heavy Slime in this thing, Earthquake, Stone Edge, or Rock Slide, Heavy Slime even. Gets all these fire types, Fire Blast, Fire Punch, Flamethrower. Gets Dragon moves even, Avalanche, Aqua Tail. What else am I missing? Ice Punch, Low Kick, Shadow Claw. Just like Rhydon. this thing gets Surf and Thunderbolt. And I honestly do not see the point of both of them having those moves, but they have them. It's whatever. And also this thing gets Smart Strike. I ain't missing this attack. I just saw it. Yeah, Smart Strike. It does not miss. If I honestly want to run this, attack will not miss. And honestly, you honestly want this thing to miss an attack. So Smart Strike, you do not want thing to hit it unless it goes for Smart Strike. Then this thing will hit you hard. That's whatever. That's all for the moves. But having that base 230 defense, just like not even putting any investments in defense, this thing could take a lot on the physical side. Of course, you could say, oh, but fighting types run through it, fire types, ground types. It doesn't matter. Its ability filter negates 25% of those super effective attacks. So it's taking an even bigger hit, and it comes off as nothing, and doesn't do as much, and it's able to hit hard and go through the team. Base 1 with that base 140 attack stat, and has pretty good bulk with base 70 HP, base 80 special defense, and like I said before, that high physical defense is something that people are very afraid of from Mega Aggron. But anyways, that is my team. I hope you guys enjoy it, and I'll be coming to y'all soon with my week 1 team build and post commentary. So stay tuned for that. Anyway, you guys, thank y'all for watching, and we'll see y'all next time. Take care.